Brian, you said you wanted to come to Welford Road, give a good account of yourselves, show some application, and if you did that, you'd be happy. Can you give us your thoughts on the game after that?
Yeah, look, I'm really proud of the effort. George Skivington led the side brilliantly today. He hasn't played for weeks and weeks, and he played the full 80 minutes. I was delighted with the preparation coming into it. I thought we scouted Leicester very well, and we came up with some attacking plays that asked a lot of questions of them. And we made a lot of line breaks, and they scrambled particularly well, I suppose, to shut us out. It's a little bit disappointing to have put in. The boys really put their hearts on the line, and from a performance point of view, we couldn't have given much more than we had nothing else to give today. We gave everything, and we've come up short without any points. So that's disappointing. But from the performance point of view, there's a lot to be very proud about. There are some issues. We've lost David Pace, potentially a broken arm, and James O'Connor and Marlon Yard had to come off. So we need to sort out those issues there, obviously, before we boot up and play Wasps in a week's time. But delighted with the performance. I think any of our supporters that we hear, they'll obviously jump online on the blogs and what have you, and I'm sure that they'll let those London Irish supporters who didn't travel today or couldn't travel today, they'll let them know what they saw. And I think what I believe they saw today was a courageous London Irish performance.
Leicester Tiger fans leaving the ground, walking away very happy. They don't think their side deserved to win the game. Irish made line break after line break. Leicester really in attack and created nothing. Does that leave you a little bit despondent walking away?
You've got to understand what Leicester came here to do today, and the crowd played a big role in that. Leicester's home winning record over the last 10 years is as good as anything in world rugby, and the crowd play a part of that. And the reason Leicester kept going to the scrum rather than trying to play out wide and what have you, they just kept trying to scrum us into the ground, is the crowd bought into it. They were putting massive pressure on the match officials. They got 2 penalty tries out of it, and so it is what it is here. It's a wonderful fortress if Leicester Tigers is your team, but they work it really well. The crowd understand the role they play in the team's performance, and the team gave them exactly what they want. They scrummed us into the ground on the try line in both halves, in the first half and the second half. We've got no problems. Our boys stood up and stood the test. The match officials were put under a lot of pressure. It's a difficult place to 25,000 screaming Leicester supporters. It's hard pressure to resist.
Just from a scrum point of view, we spent 10 minutes on the London Irish line, scrum after scrum after scrum. What's your take on that?
And what you're looking for is some sort of consistency, but you've got to understand, Leicester kept the pressure on. They had a chance to kick into the corner, or they had a chance to kick for poles, and they chose to continue to scrum. And from a coaching point of view, what you're after is consistency. So there were times when the referee was resetting a scrum, and then the next time we'd be penalised for the exact same scrum. You've got to understand that's the game. Leicester play that game, and they're good at it, and they make no bones about it. They tell you that they spend their money on props, and what they do with training, with their drive and their scrum, and they work their socks off. I wasn't unhappy with the way our pack stood up today, and the way our pack gave a good account of itself. We met their drive head on. That wasn't a problem. We conceded 2 penalty tries from scrums. As you'd expect, I'll argue the toss on those. It's a difficult area for match officials, and Leicester, they really met the pressure, and it's a good formula, and it's successful. That's what they do.
Next Saturday, London Wasps at back at Medeski. How do you prepare for that one?
Well, look, what I just say is we'd love all of our supporters to come out and get behind us. I think it's a Saturday game. It makes it a lot easier. I imagine I know a lot of the kids look rugby on a Sunday morning. I know my boy does, so it's sometimes difficult on a Sunday to get out. But this team's playing. They're giving everything. It's heart and soul rugby. We just want all of our supporters to come out and get behind the team. When Majeski's got 10,000, 12,000 people and the drummers are banging away, the team really lifts. And, you saw some really courageous performances, particularly from our back row today. Leah Cowan and Chris Haldenfair and Jeb Sinclair. you know, those boys will play their hearts out again next weekend. They deserve your support.
Good stuff. Thank you, Brian.